you had to develop some sort of survival tactics, especially during the green light. What were some of the more, I guess, nervous times, crazier times, or close calls you had during the whole green light era?
It seemed like every day was a close call. You got every neighborhood on the outskirts, looking at us as a trophy, and as well, our homies are doing their thing too, but being on the defensive side, we're surrounded by everywhere we go, we're going into a rival neighborhood. So, there's been a couple of times where, I've been cornered, shot at point blank in the face, where I got my glasses shot off my face, and it was just like, how in the hell didn't they hit me, So yeah, there's been a lot of close calls, especially being young like that, and it's like, damn. You kind of know, when you grow up, and a lot of homies could probably, they're gonna see this part where you kind of structure yourself on where you're going. Whether it's a liquor store you're gonna go to, you gotta know that neighborhood you're going into. Whether you're gonna go stop and put gas at a gas station, you gotta know what's happening in that area right there. Whether it's politics wise or whether it's a barrio that you don't get along with. Hey, I don't think it's a good idea that we go here. Or if you're gonna be not care, like, go for it. I don't care. You know what I mean?
Now, everyone knows that the reason for the green light was your older homies refused to pay taxes. You were young at the time. Was that explained to you like that, or you just accepted this is what it is? And when did you really understand why things were going on the way they were?
Well, it actually got explained down and why and a lot of things, like if we didn't get along with the neighborhood, I wanted to know why we didn't get along with that neighborhood and not just go at it ignorantly and jump on the bandwagon. But I want to know where it stemmed from or whatever. But as far as that part, yeah, we actually got explained to why it was going down, and we're either gonna ride with it or fall out and get eaten up by our own. And I wasn't about to get eaten up.
And looking back at it, do you think it was a good decision that your older homies made, or was it like a stubborn decision, or was it just was it a smart decision? I don't know.
So I don't think of it as a smart or good decision. I don't think of it as a decision as the homies being rebellious to anything. I think that it came more of or the homies took it as we're a righteous barrio. Like, we've been here for a minute and we built this foundation, of calling ourselves Southerners itself. That we're from LA, we're from Los Angeles, this is what we represent. And if you guys want to do all this and that, you guys handle that. But as far as us, we're strong enough. We don't need to participate in a lot of things and a lot of stuff. Like, homies will talk about, why am I gonna go get along with a dude that smoked my homeboy, when I get busted? That would be like spitting on my homeboy's grave. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna get you, or I'm gonna do what it takes, for that revenge or whatever. So yeah, I don't think as a decision on trying to disrespect anybody, but more as we help build this foundation, and ain't nobody gonna tell us nothing.
And I think over the years, whether people want to admit it or not, respected all the Maravillas for taking such a bold position. What have you heard now in retrospect, right, in hindsight, what have you heard over the years?
I've heard a lot of dudes, of my generation. I'm 38 years old now. Back in the younger days, we're ignorant to the knowledge of what's going on around us, and we speak out of ignorance and not knowing and dissing people and stuff like that. But now when you're old enough to understand what's going on, it's kind of like, damn, you know what? I kind of respect that, for you to hold your ground because with anything, if you don't hold your ground with anything, or somebody wants to raise the rent on you, and that's what you shouldn't be paying, hey, stand your ground. What kind of a man are you if you don't stand your ground? And that's with anything in life, with a job, with a relationship, with barrios, stuff like that.
Okay, so now during this era, the green light era, the Marianna Maravillas had this split that you mentioned earlier, and some people decided to stay Puro Maravilla,
Right.
Puro Marianna Maravilla,
Right.
and others decided to stay just Maravilla.
Yeah.
Tell me why the split was even happening, and what side did you decide to go with?
In the early 2000s, there was a split in the neighborhood, and homeboys, someone with the majority, and some stood their ground and stayed Maravilla, and believed in our last name, and some of us kept it. Some of the homies stayed Marianna Mara. Some of the homies stayed Marianna Maravilla, and it was just the neighborhood being so big when they created more cliques, and within those cliques being 30 plus guys, they started clique tripping within themselves. And you can see that when a neighborhood gets too big, there comes that clique tripping, and it's a bunch of nonsense, and it shouldn't happen. But yeah, that's how it split up, and the majority with the homies that they grew up with, they stuck together. The homies that we grew up with, we stuck together, and the homies that started to do whichever way, that's the way they went. I personally stayed Maravilla.
Thanks for watching StreetTV.net. If you're not subscribed, please hit that button below and click the bell to receive alerts and notifications. Feel free to comment below so you can give us your feedback, and be sure to watch the 2 related episodes to the right. If you want to support this platform or follow us on social media, visit the links in the description, and thanks for watching StreetTV.net.